If you've ever apologized for someone else bumping into you, congratulations. Your nervous system got hijacked at some point. And no, being a Canadian doesn't fully explain it. It's something deeper. This isn't a stop being nice video. This is about people who say sorry so often that the word has stopped meaning anything to them and to the people around them. So if you've apologized today for asking a question, taking up space or sending a normal email, or even breathing slightly too loud, yeah, this is you. Point 1. You are not apologizing, you're flinching. You apologize before you ask for something so that they can't get annoyed. You apologize before disagreeing so that they can't get mad. You apologize after talking too long even when nobody seemed bored. See, half of the time you're apologizing for things you haven't even done yet. That is not politeness. That's a reflex. And reflexes come from somewhere in the past. Point 2. You learned this from a cabinet door. A long time ago, you learned that taking up less space meant less conflict. Maybe a parent with mood swings. Maybe a sibling who got mean when you got bigger. Maybe a stranger on a plane fighting for the armrest. So you shrunk. You apologized. And over the time as a kid, you learned how to detect tension from the sound of the cabinet doors closing. And dude, it worked. Things stayed calm because you were always ready to say sorry. The only problem with that is that you don't live in that house anymore. You're not on that same plane anymore. But your nervous system never got that update. It's still scanning for danger from a place you moved out of years ago. Point 3. Your sorries are training people to leave. See, nobody tells you this part, but when somebody apologizes for everything, the other person has to constantly reassure them. It turns every interaction into low-grade work for them. Yeah, I know they'll be nice and they'll try and reassure you, but no matter what, you're slowly training people to see you as fragile. Friends filter what they say around you. Bosses skip you for the big stuff. The thing you meant as kindness ends up working like a fence. See, some people will even quietly assume you have ADHD or you're just insecure. And that's what I like to call the kindness tax. Point 4. There's a third option to fight or flight nobody told you. Try this. Over the next week, count how many times you say sorry for something that wasn't your fault. Someone bumps into you, sorry. You wrote an email, started with a sorry. You said sorry, then said sorry for saying sorry. Oh my god. There's an actual name for that. It's called fawning. You probably know fight or flight. Fawning is the third one nobody talks about. See, when you're a kid, you can't fight your parents and you can't run away from them. So your brain invents a third option. Disarm them. Make them happy. Apologize first and make yourself small enough that the danger loses interest. It worked. You're alive. Yay! Oh man, but the problem is your brain never turned it off. So now you're 26 apologizing to someone who's being rude to you. Hey, listen, you're carrying everyone's discomfort for them. And nobody asked you to do this. You signed up for this quietly years ago, and since then, it's like a tax you've been paying because of your high anxiety. Point 5. 2 words that fix it, most people use the wrong one. Last point, and it's the only practical point in this whole video. The idea is to turn every apology moment into a thank you moment. Sorry I'm late becomes thanks for waiting. Sorry for venting becomes thanks for listening. Sorry I asked, thanks for explaining that. See, same situation, totally different feeling. See, I'm not saying never apologize. Real apologies still matter. But if you're hitting 40 sorries a day, dude, that's not manners. That's a survival reflex you don't need anymore. You are allowed to take up space. You're allowed to stand up for yourself, even when your nervous system disagrees. Anyway, sorry if this felt like a rant. Sub if you caught yourself nodding.